Welcome,
Great start.
welcome to the new Educators and XR VR news show. Formerly the News and Updates, we're back again with another episode.
And I can't believe that it is Thanksgiving in the United States tomorrow. I barely recovered from summer and fall, and now it's already winter.
That's for sure, Steph. And you know, there's already snow and freezing temperatures across much of the central and eastern parts of North America, and really bizarre weather across all the northern hemisphere. Down under, there's thunderstorms, flood warnings across many parts of Australia and New Zealand, with temperatures reaching to 107 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 41.6 Celsius. Yikes. It should still be spring-like weather there right now.
Oh, no kidding. I'm thinking about it. We want to continue to thank you, our long-suffering audience, as you ride out our shakedown cruise with the newly remodeled XR News.
We also want to thank all of our volunteers who give so much to keep us going. Thank you guys so much.
The XR News is currently scheduled for the 2nd and 4th weeks of the month. We may make changes in our schedule and location in January, so stay tuned.
We've got a great show planned, so sit back and relax. And remember, we have links to all the news stories we cover in our Educators in VR Discord.
After the news section, we are joined by our special guest today, Rich Moore, one of the active members and hosts of the Cadets Metaverse. We will discuss his new Cadet Talk season and PCVR World Hop, as well as his pioneering thoughts on social VR and AI.
We also have a bunch of news from across the metaverse to share with you. So, on to the news.
Indeed. Immersive X 2024 conference started November 25th and continues through the 28th. The conference hosts events across a wide spectrum of virtual reality experiences, apps, and platforms, and features topics like immersive theater, medical training in VR, immersive collaboration with Microsoft Mesh, education, finance, and mental health.
Now, Engage XR has just announced their new Engage Champions program, an exclusive program that empowers digital innovators to unlock premium Engage features like advanced tools, training, and access to private networking events for 3 months free. To qualify, you need to demonstrate your ability to add value to the Engage community by promoting Engage XR and producing dynamic events for the community. Now, Educators in VR is working on an announcement. It'll be on the website soon with a link on to apply, a link so you can apply, and spaces are really limited. So check out this special program. I think it's a great idea.
Now, Vario Teleport, a 3D model scanning app that allows users to create high-fidelity digital replicas of real-world objects, has launched. This app is aimed at professionals in fields such as architecture and design, providing them with tools to enhance their workflows through accurate 3D modeling. The release is positioned as a significant advancement in the capabilities available for virtual reality applications, and it's expected to revolutionize the photorealistic market.
We've reported over the years about the various ways VR developers are trying to bring all their senses into the immersive experience. Scientists are exploring new ways to bringing taste into virtual reality with a lollipop of flavors, potentially leading to new applications in gastronomy and sensory marketing. Sensory marketing. It is still in the development phase, but could be interesting.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Now I can't say it.
Yeah, you can't say it.
Gastronomy?
Yeah.
Gastronomy?
Yeah, I know it.
Something
It's
like that.
Food stuff and sensory marketing. Those are such. Yeah, there's a cliche words. Oh, now I can't talk. I got rented lips again. So Windows 11 is coming to your Quest headsets if you have one, starting in December. The integration, this is really incredible. The integration aims to enhance the user experience by bringing traditional computing capabilities into the VR space. It allows users to run Windows applications within their VR environment. Now, for those of us who've been using virtual desktop and other apps, so that we integrate our computers right into our headsets. This is a huge shift, and it's going to be I'm going to be watching. It's going to be interesting.
Anyway, Pompeii continues to be a historical site of continued fascination every month. According to a new paper in the American Journal of Archaeology, recent research used VR-based eye tracking and GIS analysis to shed light on ancient Roman life by digitally reconstructing homes from Pompeii, offering insights into historical architecture and daily living conditions.
Educators in VR had their first meetup for their new EDVR Wrecking Crew project and their first official volunteer wrecking crew job. The team helped the developer take their new platform app to the next level and should have it ready for releasing into the wild shortly, after they fix all the bugs and feature requests reported. Nice job.
Indeed. Now, if you would like to join their crew of alpha and beta testers of XR and emerging technology, head to their website to apply. If you wish to have some XR tech tested, it's mostly educational, but you can also apply there. So Educators in VR has offered our first training session, and it was an incredible success. And I'm just so proud of everybody for jumping in. So stay tuned for more news on that from Educators in VR.
In our last show, we reported that Australia is implementing a ban on social media for kids under the age of 16, even if they have parental consent. Google, Meta, and others have requested a stay of execution, so to speak, to give them more time to figure out implementation strategies. We're watching the news closely on this. Right now, the focus is on social media platforms, but it could expand into social VR, especially if other countries follow Australia's lead.
Wow.
Going to be interesting.
Well, continuing on with kind of like bizarre VR news, thieves targeted a warehouse in California, where I live, and stole a large quantity of Meta headsets valued at approximately, get this, 1.5 million. The incident raises concerns about security in the tech industry and highlights the high demand for VR products. After many years of claiming that VR is dead, it seems that there's indeed a high demand for VR headsets with high interest and potential for growth.
No kidding. Yeah. Hey, come over here.
I hope they left some for everybody else.
I got some VR headsets for you. That's just a weird news thing.
Yeah,
that's
sure
crazy.
is.
Well, it's about to be Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. They actually already started weeks ago. And there are some good savings for a variety of VR headsets and accessories in case they stole all the Quests. The Quest 3S is on sale with some added bundles in some areas, as is the Pico 4 headset, where it is available for purchase. If you're ready for some sweet VR and computer tech deals, along with some great discounts and sales on VR games and apps, check the sales in your region and look for promotions that not only offer discounts, but gift cards and included apps.
Mm-hmm.
And let us know in our Educators in VR Discord in the virtual hardware channel what you're shopping for and share your new purchase decisions with us. We love hearing all about your new gear and how it works for you.
Oh, yeah. And the sales aren't limited to tech and apps. Check out the Unity Asset Store. CG Trader, I know, is having like 70% off, and your other favorite sources for digital models and environments, as they're hosting some really great sales there too.
Also, stay tuned as we expect more sales closer to the holidays and the end of the year, as manufacturers and shops will try to clear their shelves and make as much money as they can before the promised tariff wars begin at the end of January.
Oh, Lordy.
Wow.
Yeah. What a crazy thing to drive the market, but there you go.
Yep, that's for sure. Well, VR travel and tourism continues to expand. Wat Arun, I'm sure I mispronounced that, is a famous temple in Thailand and is now available to tour through virtual reality. Like more and more cultural heritage sites, This initiative aims to provide users with an immersive view of the site from unique perspectives, enhancing cultural tourism by allowing people to explore significant landmarks without physical travel while preserving that ancient site.
Neat. You know,
And
with the
it's
death of
beautiful. It's so
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
You know, with the death of Tilt Brush still in the memory of many, we're excited to see another art AR app hit the market. Hobonichi Globe is an interactive experience that combines art and technology. Users can explore a globe with Google Maps featuring various artistic interpretations and stories from around the world, showcasing how digital mediums can enhance cultural appreciation and engagement. Have you tried it yet? We'd love to hear your feedback. Try it,
yes,
actually.
we would. That'd be cool. Also, mixed reality games and apps were launched with the Quest 3 headset, opening up a new market and perspective on virtual gameplay and interaction. Android Central reported recently on the state of mixed reality games 1 year after their introduction. It noted significant growth. Highlights included the Walltown Wonders, Homeworld Vast Reaches, Starship Home, The Last Stand, Spatial Op, and so many more.
Hmm. Have you played with Wall Town Wonders yet? Available on Quest 3, this app combines exploration with puzzle-solving elements. Recent reviews praise its innovation and highlight its engaging gameplay mechanics and artistic design, appealing to both casual gamers and VR enthusiasts.
I can't wait. I love that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Now, this is another one I want my hands on. Heartbeat is a new VR medical application that was developed by a company, dig this name, called Incision. I love it.
Oh,
That's great.
wow.
Isn't that beautiful? This app features full hand tracking capabilities and aims to enhance medical training by allowing users to perform virtual surgeries with realistic
Ooh.
hand movements. It again, it's for enterprise, but still, I want this. I want this.
Mhm.
It mimics real life surgical scenarios in a safe and controlled environment, making it an invaluable tool for medical professionals. But think about how people going to surgery, if they actually could use something like this, how it would change their perspective of their own surgery. I think I want
Yeah.
it now.
Oh, yeah. Well, even
And
for
freak 'em out.
education, for kids like high schoolers taking biology or physiology
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever to have
It would
access
save
to
a lot
that.
of frogs.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. We live to
So
say
true,
frogs. I
Steph.
love it.
Well, Gracia Dynamics AI Scenes for Quest 3 is another fairly new app that showcases its interactive storytelling capabilities. Users can engage with dynamic environments with volumetric imagery and humans that respond to their actions in a lifelike way, emphasizing the potential for deeper narrative immersion in VR.
Oh, that sounds so neat.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Gorilla Tag is introducing a new feature called Monkey Blocks that allows players to create and share their own levels. This user-generated content approach is gaining traction in a variety of apps, almost turning them into platforms of their own to explore and customize your own experience and share it with others. This comes with news that DigiGauze has received a $2.6 million investment to develop their own
Wow.
social VR content. That is exciting news.
Wow, that
Mhm.
sure is. Well, the House of Da Vinci VR, which is a puzzle adventure game inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's inventions, is set to release on Steam and Quest platforms. The game invites players to solve intricate challenges within beautifully rendered environments that reflect the Renaissance era. It promises to be an engaging experience that combines creativity with intellectual challenge. We're really eager to hear your feedback on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait.
Mhm.
Speaking of can't wait, VR events. There are some educators and VR events to add to your schedule over the next week. Next Tuesday, December 3rd, Educators in VR hosts the last of the Excellence series by the Mount Royal University psychology students as they share their innovative research on therapies and experiences in VR. This last session focuses on exploring history and the impact of VR on tourism in their session called Virtual Tourism, Rediscovering the Past in Engage XR.
Wow.
That's been so much fun. These students are
Oh,
doing amazing work.
Oh, they are,
It's
aren't
worth
they?
it. Yeah. Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, Tom Nichols' special series called Understanding the Matter with Things continues in Engage XR every Tuesday, but it's soon coming to an end. Even if you haven't been to all of the events in this series, you don't want to miss any more of them. He's exploring neuroscience and how the brain understands what it sees and how we perceive things in reality and virtual reality. That's interesting.
It really has been. It's been great.
It's, yeah. His recent study at looking at how the mind interprets paradox, incredible.
Yeah.
Really incredible.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the Creative Writing Meetup is hosting their annual
Yay!
holiday storytelling event on December 10th. And next Tuesday, December 3rd, they are doing a special workshop on how to capture holiday joy through the written word. How do you tell the stories and capture the imagination of your holidays and the rituals that fill our lives with tradition? It's a great workshop to improve your storytelling and writing skills, and also, your appreciation of such things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Our creative writing group is having so much fun here in
We are.
Engage. I think I laugh more during those than all the rest of the events that we produce. Okay. All right. And Steph's a big reason why. All right. Now it is time to take charge of your life and charge of your time and everything else with Recharge with Rachel D. It happens here in VR as she hosts weekly sessions to help you reconnect with yourself and others through intentional breathing, gentle movement, and grounding meditation and stretching sessions. And Tuesdays, she hosts the sessions in VRChat, and on Wednesdays in Engage XR. So there's no excuse to miss a special recharge event with Rachel D. So check that out.
Indeed. Meanwhile, coming up in a couple of weeks in Engage XR is the new Mastering AI in the Classroom. Deep 4-week dive into AI for educators to help us learn about how to safely include AI in education and beyond. That future is now.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes. Well, Educators in VR sponsors world tours every Sunday with the Cadets Metaverse and VRChat. Join their VRChat group for updates and news. It has many fun events across multiple platforms, so check them out.
Oh, I can vouch for that. And SIGGRAPH Asia is coming up December 10th through the 13th, 2024. If you are attending, we'd love to hear from you.
Now, the holiday events are definitely coming. My goodness, they are rocking and rolling.
Oh, they're here
So check
already.
they're here. They've been coming. Yeah, it's amazing. Check your favorite group for their special events and let us know so we can report on them here and in our Educators in VR Discord. So we would love to hear about whatever's happening in your part of the metaverse.
And first up is the 10th Anniversary Girls STEAM Institute Holiday Gala 2024 to recognize and honor participants in their innovative leadership programs. The Wednesday, December 4th event is Engage XR in a special ballroom created by our own Lance.
Mm-hmm. Yay, Lance!
Yeah, yay, Lance! And on December 11th, which is right around the corner, we have a special holiday party in the works for the XR News Show. Come dressed in your finest holiday avatar attire and join us.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, party!
Uh-huh. Educators in VR and the Virtual World Society are hosting a special holiday event on December 19 with some fun surprises in store then, too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Karen?
forget, Educators in VR. Okay, don't forget, I love that. Don't forget, Educators in VR is now in VRChat. Join our group there to get the latest news and updates and attend our events.
All right, it is now time, for our special event with our special guest, Rich Moore. So let's try to get up in our seat. And Rich, we're going to allow you to come in and join us. And Lance is going to drop the collider and allow you to come on in. And this sitting business is always is. We got to make this work.
It's always a little crazy.
Where's the
All
chair?
right.
Where
Yeah,
is the chair? There we are.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
being seated. Okay.
And not on his lap either. There
All
we go.
right, there. Okay, Rich, we're so glad to have you join us.
Yes,
Karen, would you
welcome.
like to
Thank you.
do the
Thank you.
introduction?
Yes. Well, first of all, I just want to thank a few of Rich's friends for turning out, but I also want to
Yay.
give a shout out to his son, Gold, Terry over there, his real son with a space helmet on, who is, I don't know how he got in here. He's at work, but he made a real special effort to be here for his dad. So thank you, Terry. And just a shout out to Richard's other friends who showed up today. I know it's the day before Thanksgiving. Diego, Darren, Lippy, Leslie, Tessa, James. Thank all you guys. They're here for you, Rich. They're here especially for
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Appreciate everybody.
Okay, so it's my pleasure to introduce my very, very good friend here, Rich Moore, who we've been through a lot of experiences together in VR, as many of you have. So it's my pleasure to introduce him today. And hey, Rich, so let's start with the first question here.
Yes.
So can
Sure.
you start off by walking us through your first experience with VR and what drew you to VR?
Okay. My first experience with VR. Well, it was when I first found out about the Oculus Go. What it is was about the Go is I was interested on the type of device it was. I wanted to see what it was about. So I heard about it and stuff through on commercials and stuff like that. So I was very curious on what it can do because I love technology. So I went and got one from the store, and then when I put it on and I powered it up and everything, I was like, oh my gosh. I I was just so blown away because it was unbelievable. It captivated me like when I put that headset on, and it was like I wasn't there in the real world. I was like in a totally different dimension. And I was blown away when I first put it on. So I'm like, it was just like this experience that it's kind of hard to really imagine, like to talk about, but that's my first experience with VR with the Oculus Go.
And what did it feel like when you stepped, well, I mean, when you stepped into a 3D environment, I mean, as opposed to like looking at a flat computer screen, and you looked around and saw stuff around you like all in 3D. What did it feel like?
I mean, it felt different. It didn't feel like I was in like my real reality, like in real life. It just felt like I was actually inside, like like on 2D. You know how you play video games and stuff on 2D and you just see it on a
Mhm.
flat screen, but this experience felt like I was actually inside that game, and it's like I was a
Uh-huh.
part of it. So I was just, it was a whole new type of feeling for me. It was, I was so excited. I told my wife about it and my other kids about it, and they were like, let me see, let me see. But
Uh-huh.
they wasn't really interested as I was, because they was a little younger when the Go first came out. And
Mhm.
my wife, she wasn't really as interested as much neither because it makes up motion sickness and stuff like that. But me, oh, it blew me away.
Well, you passed it along to your son Gold over there, didn't you?
Yes, yes, yes. I
um,
actually got him one for Christmas, not a Go, but a Quest 2.
yep, he's enjoying VR, aren't you there, Gold?
Yeah,
Um,
we love
the,
it.
Lorel, do you want to take the next question?
Well,
Or Steph?
Steph, go ahead.
Ah, well, what has been your most rewarding experience so far in VR?
My most rewarding experience so far is meeting good friends like Karen and others. Everybody I met, I feel like that was the most meaningful, rewarding experience for me because I would never think that I'd meet, good people in VR because I thought at first VR was mostly for like video games, playing video games and
Oh,
watching
yeah.
movies and stuff
Same with-
like that. I didn't know you can actually go into VR, into certain apps of VR, and meet real life people. So that I feel like is my most rewarding experience.
Oh,
Oh, well
wonderful.
said.
Yeah, and now you've gone from the Oculus and know how to use regular headset and 2D, with all the joys
Yes.
of 2D. And which part of it is that when we're looking through our monitor, we often don't know what our avatar is doing, and yours is now looking at the floor, Rich.
Right.
So if you wanna tip your head up,
Oh.
that would help for our video camera. There you go. Now I can see
Sorry.
the lovely eyes of your avatar.
I'm sorry. I'm actually in 2D. I'm sorry.
I know it. I do it all the time. I'm trying to do 84 things, and I'm end up, people looking through the top of my head. All right. So I've heard about this, and I'd love for you to share the story of the Avatar Coming Alive ceremony that you hosted. Can you tell the audience more about that? Because that's cool.
Oh, that was amazing. Yes.
That was
That
Resonite.
actually was, yes, that was actually an app called Resonite in
Mhm.
VR. And you have to have a PC to actually get in. But when you actually get in there, it's like, oh my gosh, the people that's in there, they are called mentors. And what they do
Mhm.
is, if you're a newcomer, they will assist you with, how to maneuver the menu and how to do different things and create different things and
Mhm.
Resonate. Like you could create worlds inside the actual app. Like it
Right.
is amazing. But the world that I had some assistance with creating that avatar world, Karen. But I felt like actually me and Karen was the first human avatars in Resonate, so we made history. So yes.
That's kind of weird. All right. Okay.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but it's special though. It's special because
It is.
because people in Resonate, they couldn't believe that human avatar people, real life people came into Resonate and wanted to experience it and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
the world we created was the avatar world to bring people to life, bring their avatars to life, and give them a spirit and a soul that that they can take their avatar and they can be who they want to be. So the
Nice.
whole thing behind that, yeah. So the whole
And
thing behind
you've
that
built
is,
such a world, haven't you,
yes.
Rich?
You said what's that?
You've built such a world, haven't you, Rich?
Yes. I built, yes, in Resonate. It was the Avatar Awakening world, and right now it's public. So if anybody want to go check it out, they can go into Resonate and check it out and look it up. It's amazing.
Congratulations.
Cool. Now you've done
Thank you.
stuff in and around this, and so you've created a Discord server and whatnot to support all that activity. And I love Resonate. I think it's wonderful. The problem is it just has such a
Yeah.
limited number. And educators in
Yeah.
VR, we travel with groups.
Right.
It
Right.
makes it really difficult for us to go into Resonate with just a little tiny group. So tell us about creating the community. I'm really interested about the work you've done in creating that community and the community work you've also done with the cadets.
Oh, with the cadets, the community. What you mean inside Resonate or inside VRChat?
Well, first of all, Rich, can you tell, if you don't mind, Laurel, we could ask you, Rich, what your role is. I'm sorry, I forgot to put that in there, but what your role is in the cadets. What's your role in
Oh,
Yes.
my role.
Yeah, that works too.
In a cadet.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's basically I have a leader role, in which I, help assist with making, decisions and stuff when it comes to like creating things for the cadets, creating, events and stuff like that. And I have the admin role also where I can like, help with different things that they need me to help with, like moderating events and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my role.
Ever thought you were going to be a peacekeeper, Rich?
Actually, I'm like that in real
community
life.
leader does.
Peacekeeper.
Uh-huh.
He
So
is a
what about
peacekeeper.
building? Yeah. So talk to us about that, please.
Peacekeeper.
Oh, moderating.
I mean, basically, moderating peace. Yeah, I mean, I like to,
Well,
keep
you're
the
a
peace.
community. You're a community builder. So peace. Being a peacemaker is also being a community builder, and that's what I was asking about. Is how, what are your techniques and stuff for building a community in and around VR?
Techniques for building a community.
Well,
I mean, basically, yeah. Karen.
well, no, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to say, we could, that kind of launches us into the cadet talk and the PCVR World Hop. If you don't mind, L'Oreal, if I could ask it a little bit of a different way, because what your question pertains specifically really to the cadet talk and the PCVR World Hop. So Rich, what started you? I mean, what inspired you to start the cadet talk? Can you explain to us a little bit about the cadet talk and how it's grown?
Sure. The cadet talk, what inspired me is it's like every time like we go on like the Sunday world hops we have and the cadets group, it's like I noticed as we go to the different worlds, I noticed like the people, the members, the cadet members are going like different areas of the world and just talk amongst each other and about stuff like that. So I felt like it's something it was missing. I feel like we need to create some type of event called the Cadet Talk, where people, cadet members have come together and just voice their opinion about their everyday life or how they feel about things. If they want to get something off their chest, they can come into the Cadet Talk, and we all support each other and encourage each other and help one another during that time. So I feel like that's what we was missing, and now it gives cadets, by participating in that type of event, it gives the cadets members a more stronger bond that they will create and become much more closer friends with each other. So I feel like that's what we was missing, and that's where the cadet talk event came into action.
And how do you engage your audience during these talks, Rich? And what kind of feedback have you gotten?
Basically, I engage them by I start off with telling my story about my day or how I felt about what I did that day, and basically talking about it and stuff like that. I'll be like, I'm first, and whoever wants to go next, raise their hand, and you'll be next to come up there. But I feel like the feedback is very positive. People starting to come up to me and tell me, when is the next cadet talk? I like to participate. I like to get what's off my mind, and I basically tell them when it is and stuff so they can, come join and stuff like that. But I've been getting a lot of feedback lately about wanting to join the cadet talk.
That's awesome.
Oh, excellent.
It is. Maybe Steph or Laurel, so we're going to move on to the PCV World Tour, because that's another thing in cadets that Rich started. He started two big.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
So,
what were your biggest challenges and successes in that, in organizing it?
I mean, it wasn't really a big challenge for me. I just felt like, people, right now they going into VRChat, like head quest worlds, and when I found out there was more than just quest worlds, there was PC worlds you can go to. That was the next level for me. So I was like, oh my gosh, we have to start a PCVR world tour. I mean, we have to, because we was missing out on so many good worlds, like mind-blowing worlds, like worlds that's like very immersive, you know. And I just felt like, you know, we was also missing out on that because, you know, the PC Quest worlds we was going to, you couldn't really find a lot of them, the ones you really want to, you know, go to and stuff like that. But the PC worlds, you can find bunch, like a whole lot of them. And then the immersive of it, the immersiveness is just so amazing. It's like, it's so incredible. Yes. Like, so yeah, I felt like that's what we had to do. And that's what I implemented.
What's the secret to finding them, though? I mean, where do you, well,
I mean, I use a few different resources. One of them, I use YouTube, of course. I know a lot of people like to go on YouTube, but YouTube is, you can basically go in there and type in like the top 5, top 10 best PC worlds and VRChat to go to, and you get a ton of different videos you can choose from and stuff like that. And then I also have a website that I go to, a certain website called VR List, VR List, and then I go to that website and it got filters. You can categorize it on which type of, like, if you want to go to this spooky or horror or adventure, you can put in the category, and it got a ton of PC worlds you can choose from.
oh, great. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah,
You're
that's
welcome.
wonderful. I love that.
It is.
You're welcome.
Well, Rich, so how do you think that these tours impact the community and foster connection among the members?
I feel like it creates bonds and friendships amongst each participant, each person, and it creates a sense of desire for more immersive experiences. Like, people there want more and more. They want to be, want to go to try different worlds because they like to be immersed, and they like to feel like, by being around people and being in these type of worlds, it gives them a sense of wanting more experiences. So it's like they like hunger for more. They want more and more. That's how I felt, and I feel like everybody that experienced this will feel the same way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Laurel, do you want to take the last question we have here?
Well, I'd also before we ask the last question, I would like to open up to the audience and see if they have any questions. And Rich, we're getting some background noise. Just letting you know, we're hearing all kinds of noise in the background. So let's give everybody a chance to unmute themselves and so my team is going to do that. And then if you have a question, you can raise your hand, or you can. It's number 2 if you're in VR. Oops, no, that's number. It's number 1. Okay, it's number 1. It's number 1. I always mess those up. 2 is clapping. What is it? Hey, my favorite is 8. Man, I use 8 constantly. All right. So, does anyone have any questions for Rich, or they want to share a story about an experience that they shared on the tours or something with Rich?
Yes.
Darren, are you raising your hand, or was it? Or James, you're down in front. Let's hear from James. Whoever can unmute the first.
Or VRChat, I think, also does.
Yeah.
Who's first?
All right, VRChat, if you're unmuted, go for it.
VRChat. Rich, actually, I have a question for you. Do you have any future plans you intend to proceed with the cadets at all?
I mean, basically, I just want to help it grow and become bigger than what it is right now. Just try to put together more events and stuff like that. And, just help it grow than what it is now. Just help it.
Do you think you would like to put together more movie events or like little party events within the cadets?
Yeah, sure. Definitely movie events and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, great. James
James.
had a question.
Well, actually, I wanted to mention something about. He talked about how his tours have made people engage and become friends. His
Mhm.
PCVR tour got me friends with Diego and a few other people. It actually does help bring the community back together, us all hanging out together. So, I want to thank him for his PCVR tours and what the cadets have done.
Indeed.
You're welcome,
Nice.
James.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right. Anyone
One more?
else?
I thought there was one more. Ah. Matthew?
Okay, stands of trees.
All right, 1 second. I need to mute in Discord. Okay. So, all right. Well, first off, as the head of the moderation team for cadets, I just wanted to say that I'm very proud and honored to work with Rich as a moderator and as an admin with the cadets. I think Rich has been a valuable addition to the crew, and I just really enjoy working with him and look forward to all the adventures we're going to have in the future. So thanks, Rich.
You're welcome, Matthew. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Anyone else?
Actually,
Thank you.
I have one more thing
Yes.
I'd like to say,
Sure.
actually. It is a thank you to Rich, because Rich and Karen were the reason I had actually found out about the cadets. I actually met them in Resonite. That's the game I primarily stick around in,
Mhm.
and because of them, I've been able to feel so much more comfortable in my skin and a lot more me as like a individual. And I really give them a lot of credit for that. They are people who are very ecstatic about what they do, and they really do their best to incorporate everyone as much as possible. There's a lot of love and care that goes behind what they do.
Oh, yeah, they take care of people.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lippy.
It's
Appreciate it.
don't tell, but it's why we keep them around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we love them. We love it. That's
Thank you,
beautiful.
Rich.
Thank you. All right, so I'd like to turn it back to you, Rich, because you have done so much in VR. You know, you started with the Oculus Go. Wow, that just seems like that was 100 years ago.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I know it. It's just crazy. Because I started in 2D and then immediately got one of the first Samsung Gears, and then the Go is barely a step over that. But you've now had a lot of experience working with newcomers, working with people, you know, of all different levels. So I'm just curious to help us, all of us are walking evangelists, right? We love this. I know
Right.
Tessa, Darren, all these people, George, we love getting people in here. We love it. What advice can you give to us that we can give to newcomers to help them have a safer, better experience?
Okay, yeah. Of course. The advice I would give to you to give to newcomers is basically make sure that, you know, when they come in, especially to like social apps, is to make sure who their friends are. You know, first try to, you know, evaluate that person before you really become friends with them, because there's a lot of trolls out here in VR. So you want to make sure, you know, you tell them to get to know that person more, get to fill them out, you know, hang out with them a little bit and see the type of person they really are, you know, before you decide to like say, you know what, I like you, I want to be your friend and stuff like that. So you got to, you know, make sure that in order to avoid trolls, you know, that you can connect and with that person, and y'all have like the same type of things together that y'all can relate to, and basically that forms, you know, bonds and forms bonds, friendship bonds that can last forever. So I want to say, you know, make sure you get to know that person first before you decide to really be friends with them.
Which is, I think, true in real life as well. And
Yes.
it's so important. You know, that's one of the things that is so beautiful about VR is that we get to connect with people. Like you said, that one of your greatest experiences was connecting with people that you are outside of your field, that are and I have met so many people. I don't know if Karen's still in here. Karen Six is still in here, but she's in the UK. She's now in Scotland. I would have never met her any other way. I mean, George is in Fiji. How crazy is that? That, you know, he's one of my good friends. You know, we get to connect with people across a wide spectrum of not just geographic differences, but also personality differences. And you're so right. Finding that common bond, what connects us, is such a beautiful thing. So that is great advice, finding that commonality, because that's what brings us together, right? That's what really connects us.
Yes.
So anything else you want to add on that, Rich?
Basically, you know, do that and just watch the type of worlds you go to and stuff like that, because you can end up going to the wrong type of world.
Oh yeah.
And then it could.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that, and also gone to the right world, but somebody had already been there.
So you know, you don't want to end up in a world where you. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And you're seeing things you just. Yeah, I wish I could scrub. Don't you all wish you had a scrubber for your brain and go, yeah, I'm going to erase that puppy right there.
Yes. Right.
So our last group, as we start to close this down, I just want to ask you one more question.
Sure.
What is it that that keeps you coming back for more in VR? What is it? The people? Is it something else?
It's the people, definitely. It's the people. Definitely, like the people that you grow that you meet, you grow to love and care for and help one another and stuff like that. And it's definitely the people. It's also the immersion of it. It's like, say for instance, if you're having a bad day in real life, you can go into VR and that can just go away. You wouldn't feel sad or depressed or nothing like that. It kind of helps you, get that stuff off your mind, so that is what keeps bringing me, like when my kids driving me crazy, I go into VR.
He's here.
And I don't have to worry about that. All that stress level's gone. So yeah, that's why
if you're looking for
so
dad, Gold, if you're looking for dad, you now know where to find him.
Yeah.
Get in VR, you can come find him, Hey, Dad, we got to go to the grocery store. There's nothing left in the fridge. Yeah.
Right.
That actually happened with Dr. Angelina Dayton. Her son came in and went, Mom, the refrigerator's empty. We need to go to the store. She goes, I'm working in VR. Leave me alone. She said, I know. I had to come in here to find you. So I love that.
Wow.
I love it. It's such a crazy world that we live in. So, Rich, thank you very much. Stay right here. We're gonna close this up.
Okay.
And
can I say one more thing, Laurel? I just again want to give a quick shout out to Gold, to Terry, to Rich's son for coming while he's at work, and all of Rich's friends who took time out of their day to come and
Yes,
support him and
indeed.
kind words and everything. He is a great guy. He is such a special person. He's got a beautiful heart, and he's so welcoming and kind with everybody. And that's a very important trait to have not only in the metaverse, but just in the world in general. So let's give a big shout out to Rich.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate all the love. Thank you.
Yay! All right, I can't get there, so my heart's going. All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Let's just stay here. We're gonna close it out right here.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Steph, are you with us?
Do you want me to do it, Laurel? XR
Yeah.
News
Oh, did she disappear? Yeah, go ahead.
She's there, but I think, XR News is produced by educators in VR and our XR News volunteer team. the second and fourth weeks of the month until January, as we continue to get used to this new studio and format. Each of our shows is filmed for YouTube and will soon add live streaming to our Educators in VR YouTube channel, Twitch, Discord, and more.
Okay, and to keep up with the news from around the metaverse in the meantime, please join the Educators in VR Discord at discord.me/Educators in VR. That's where you'll find links to all of the news that we highlight in the show and more on the metaverse and immersive education. Steph, are you back with us?
Oh, she disappeared. I think she crashed.
She disappeared. All right, she crashed out. Well, we can close it with or without her.
Okay, so special thanks again goes to Rich Moore, Cadets Metaverse event host and World Hop leader, for his platform passions and pioneering work in virtual reality, and the opportunity to talk about his innovations and contributions to VR.
Our next news show is December 11th. We remind you, it's a special holiday party. Get dressed up, put on your virtual finest right here at Engage, and come join us and update us on what you're doing in VR, and let's have some holiday cheer.
Yes, yes, yes. Remember, we cannot do this without you and your support. We also cannot do this without the generous work of the XR news industry. We give credit to our sources each week that bring us the news. Thank you. Remember, you are the reason we do this XR news show. Until next time, stand up, stand tough, and most of all, in these amazing, uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Yay! All right.
We did a thing.
We did a thing. All right. Yay! Whoa! Thank you, Rich.
You're welcome.
Yeah, now Steph is back. We carried on.
You're welcome.